The moment everyone has been patiently waiting for has finally arrived. Realm of Thrones' brand new update version 6.0 has officially released to the public. You can now find the mod on Nexus Mods or on their website, which both will be linked down in the description below for you all. The developers have put a lot of time and effort into this new update, and it definitely shows that this may be their biggest update yet. With so much packed into this update, there's one feature that stands out above the rest, and it's the one we've all been waiting for, and that is for the brand new event, the Long Night. Before this update, you could roam around the north of the wall and see random parties of wights and a couple hideouts scattered around the map, where you could then duel the Night King every single time. But with this new update, the wights and the Night King are no longer considered a different style of bandits, but rather an entire culture and kingdom of their own. The Night King will spawn on the map on day 1, just like any other lord, spending his time raiding parties and villages, and growing his army, taking prisoners and turning them into wights. But not only can troops be turned, but heroes aren't safe from the Night King's powers either, as captured lords have a small chance of being turned into a White Walker, where they will then lead their very own party of wights, further growing the Night King's army. Now you might notice that you may be able to fight the Night King, but you won't actually be able to defeat him until day 500, when he takes control over the Fist of the First Men. This is when he will start sieging castles and settlements, and this is where he will then make his way to the wall, where he will then move southward until all of Westeros is taken. It is good to note though, this event is highly configurable, so if you'd like the event to be more or less challenging, you can do that in the mod settings. The Long Night isn't the only event included in this new update, as we now have events for the Riverlands joining the War of Five Kings, Richard Karstark's execution, Jorah Mormont's mutiny, and finally Aegon's invasion. And not only were new events added, but a brand new starting option that offers a completely unique experience has been added. Now you can choose to become a part of the Others culture and start as a White Walker yourself. You won't be able to recruit troops from villages or settlements like you usually do, but rather your party will grow in size every time you successfully win a battle. And when playing as a White Walker, your party won't consume any food, and your troops don't need to be paid, so you don't have to worry about troops wages. It's a really fun and unique alternative compared to how you would normally play Bannerlord. This update also brought us many new city designs and brand new scenes for a lot of our favorite cities and locations. This includes Castle Black, Winterfell, the Eyrie, Castlereagh Rock, Harrenhal, Old Town, and Highgarden. City designs aren't the only thing that was updated, but so were the battlefields. Now when you engage a party near the wall, you'll actually see it in the background when you spawn into battle, which is another one of those little details that you don't ever think about, but adds so much immersion. And you may have already noticed these changes, but they've now added the official Game of Thrones soundtrack, they redesigned the UI, and introduced custom town and castle artwork for the backgrounds for the town menus. And in this new update, they've made a ton of additions when it comes to armors and weapons. We are getting 50 new horse armor sets for multiple different houses, along with loads of new custom armor sets for Brienne of Tarth, the Hound, and Sir Loras, along with the most beautiful armor sets I have seen from this mod team for Rhaegar and House Blackfire. And it doesn't stop there, as we were getting new custom armors and weapons for the House troops Dane, Celtigar, Blackwood, Bracken, and House Glover, which are all acquirable through the Castellan. And with all this talk about equipment, they have also scattered around hidden equipment in some of their custom scenes. And I don't know where or what it is, but trust me, I will be finding them all and making a video about it, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. Some equipment will now have a certain skill requirement before it is even usable. For example, high-end two-handed swords will now require you to have a high level of skill in two-handed before you can equip it. And you can now also upgrade your armor and weapons at the Smith's Workshop. And they've also made some changes when it comes to companions and tournaments. Companions will no longer be equipped with debuffed armor, meaning higher level companions will cost a lot more to recruit than they did before, as some of the prices can cost up to hundreds of thousands of gold. Tournament rewards also saw a buff, as you can now win lore elite equipment, just like I did here in my most recent playthrough. This update also includes new bandit types, the Hill Trimen and the Wildling Renegades. You can find the Wildling Renegades scattered in the north along the wall, with custom hideouts for you to clear on top of the wall, representing when the Wildlings would climb the wall to raid the Norse villages. And speaking of the wall, this update brought us a brand new custom siege. You will have a difficult time trying to siege the wall, as your troops will have to climb it while the Night's Watch rains catapults down on your party. And if you somehow make it past that, they have also added a custom siege for Castle Black, where you'll then find catapults lifted up on the wall with a working elevator transporting troops up and down it. But if you don't want to attack Castle Black and would just like to take a walk around, you can find the famous courtyard and dining hall where Jon Snow commanded the Night's Watch. You can even take the elevator all the way to the top for some amazing views, just like Tyrion did. After owning King's Landing, you can now send any male lord that you wish to the wall, including clan leaders, and you will also get the famous lore equipment set. And some other additions include 15 new harbors, 11 new Patreon wonders, custom caravans with speed and endurance buffs, and 14 new voice-acted lords. This update also included some much-needed fixes. For example, lords with house troops will now recruit from their own house. Westerosi marriages will now make more sense, as they will prefer to marry someone of their own culture or from a nearby kingdom. Skagos, UT, and the Summer Isles will now now finally be protected from random war declarations from the AI, and something a lot of y'all have been complaining about is bandit densities have finally been adjusted. But let me know your thoughts about the new update down below, and also what features or fixes would you like to see added in a future update. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you want to stay up to date on the latest news and updates from some of our favorite Bannerlord mods, and if you'd like to check out the new update, I have a brand new playthrough that you can watch right here. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.